Hi, I'm Steve D'Angelo, and I'm here at the Mermaid Cafe in the beautiful Lake Caroline, Mississippi. And we're here to talk about the South and Southern food, and good eating and good cooking and good times. Now, I'm from New Orleans, born and reared, raised, grown, watched my mama cook food and seen all that love come out of it, and I just fell in love right then. I knew that this was what it's all about, and that's what we do down here, down south. So we're going to go around Mississippi here and look at some local products, some things that are great around here. We got everything from catfish, grits, sausage, local brews, local vodkas, all kind of great stuff. I love cooking great food. I love eating great food, and that's one of the things we want to do is put this show together for you and talk about more than just cooking food, but the culture of it, the music, the feel. We're going to start today with a little bit of sweet potato battered catfish and some Delta grind grits, stone ground grits, and a little brown butter pecan sauce. So let's jump inside and see what's happening. All right, today we're going to do a twist on an old classic, fish and grits. Now we're going to do a sweet potato battered catfish with local Delta grind stone ground grits, a little brown butter and pecan. Just wait till you see this thing come together. Now we're going to start out with these Delta grind grits because that's the thing right here. This is a local product out of White Hills, Mississippi, and they make a nice, real product here. Now, stone ground grits, or the big difference between that and instant grits is one is that instant grits is done with a steel mill, right? And that steel mill heats up while it's processing the grits and it kind of cooks them, but it takes all the nutrition out of them. So if you look at them right here, you can see these are fine, but they've already been cooked and processed, and pretty much what's left is just really some filler. Now, these stone grind, you can see that thickness and richness right here. That stone grind grits has got all the nutrition left in it, all that flavor. And the only difference really is you just got to cook them for a little longer. Now we started ours about an hour ago, and we've taken some water and a little bit of milk and butter, salt and pepper, right? And just put them in there and just let them slow cook on a nice low stove until they get nice, rich and creamy and all that crunchy grits gone, just smooth, yummy flavor. Now, that's it right here. We're going to start with our catfish portion of it. We use Simmons catfish because the guys love what they do. They take pride in it, and it's Mississippi catfish. Mr. Harry even signs his name on all the boxes because they take pride in what they do. Now that catfish is going to be done today with a little sweet potato batter. Now we call this a sweet potato right here, right? Sweet for more than one reason, let me tell you. Now, what we've done is we've just taken our potatoes and we've cubed them and roasted them in the oven just to get them tender. A little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon and just a very dusting of nutmeg, not too much, and let them get tender and that natural sweetness comes out of them. So we're going to take this, a little bit of flour, some buttermilk, salt, pepper, and even a little bit of Coca-Cola. That sounds like the South, doesn't it? We're going to do that. Coca-Cola has a little bit of caramel sugars, right? Sweetness and bubbles. Bubbles are good in batter. So let's get started right over here. All right, so in our mixer, we're going to add our tender sweet potatoes, and we're going to add a little bit of buttermilk, a little bit of salt, a pinch of nutmeg. Whoop! That's a lot of nutmeg. Be careful. A little pinch of cinnamon, got a little bit more on that. Now we're going to take this and let it kind of start whipping together here to get those sweet potatoes all worked in. Break them up. Okay, now we're going to add just a little bit of flour as this thing starts mixing. Just a little bit at a time. You can always add more. It's much easier to add more than try to take it out. Now here comes our little Coca-Cola. And that Coca-Cola kind of gives it a little bit of, we talked about a little bit of bubble in there. That bubble, when it heats up, it kind of bubbles up and then it'll fry up crispy. And that's when you really get the magic. Now, to help that out, we're going to add just a little bit of baking soda. And just let it keep going until it's nice and tender. I'm going to crank it up one more time. A little more Coca-Cola. Here we go, you hear it? Getting serious now. Oh, baby. Look at that. All the way. Watch the camera now, here we go. Woo! All right, let's see what's happening here. Let's take a look. Pop the top. All right, look at that. Well, that's looking just about perfect. I don't know if you can smell that sweet potato in there. Everything's yummy and delicious. Okay, let's get over to our fryer. All right, let's go on back over to the fryer, but before we do, check our grits. And they are, I tell you what, these things are smelling incredible, incredible. I can't wait to see what's happening. Okay, now, we're gonna come over here by our fryer, and we're getting ready to fry the catfish. So this happens, once the grits are done, this is all going pretty quick. Now, a lot of people like to take and do the thin fried catfish. You heard of that one before, the thin fried catfish? And that's pretty simple little deal. We're gonna take our Simmons catfish here, lay them out. Now, watch this little trick, a nice sharp knife. Sharp knives are your friends. Trust me, don't be scared. Now we're gonna take them and just slide them right through, just to make that nice little piece of thin catfish here. See that? Now, it fries a little faster, which, once you start this process, it's hard to wait that long to get the fried catfish out because then you want to eat it. So we're going to do them a couple more pieces here. Nice thin catfish. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's go over here now. We're going to just take these and just put them in a little bit of seasoned flour. I'm going to move our little Delta grind right here. Check them out here. I'm going to go just a couple of pieces into our flour, which just got a little bit of salt and pepper in there. That helps get everything coated so that batter sticks onto it real nice. Now let me show you what we're talking about here. Look at that. Right into the batter. Watch this. Get ready, right into the batter. No big deal, right? Right into the batter. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna just toss them right in that batter. See, I just move them all around, get them all coated. Now we're gonna take a little piece and just drop them right in our fryer here. You see that? Got a couple of pieces going there. You can smell the sweet potato starting to cook up. We're gonna just let those fry, and it takes about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, depending on your fryer. Now you're gonna have about a 325-degree fryer, and that makes it all happy, right? Does everything it needs to do, gets the batter crispy, gets the fish cooked nice and tender, and all we're gonna do is let that cook, and we'll pull it out in about 5 minutes. Now, over here, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to plate because our grits are ready. Right here. Now, we've taken them, and we've tasted them, and we've checked them out. And we're gonna just take a little scoop of those stone ground grits. You can see them sitting up nice and fluffy right there. Uh-oh, here we go. Now, for our sweet potato catfish, I'm gonna grab the spoon. I'm gonna pull out that catfish here, let them drain off. That nice sweet potato battered catfish, bubbling and yummy. Now we're gonna go right to our little plates, right here. And you can see that nice texture, that sweet potato, soft yumminess. And we're gonna take a little bit of butter, and all we did was just put this butter in the skillet and let it brown. Nice brown butter, which gives it a nice yummy flavor. See, that's it right there. A little bit of brown butter, a little fresh local Mississippi pecan. You finish it off. I like to use a little parsley right here just to finish it off. And that is what we call fish and grits right here. New Southern style.